Hi guys, my name is Crystal May and this is Yin for back and spine. For this practice, you're going to need a bolster or something that represents a bolster. It can even be a rolled up blanket or towel, or you can even take your yoga mat and roll it up and use that as well. Let's get started. We're going to start off in horizontal supported fish. You're going to take your bolster, turn it horizontal, and it's about 3/4 of the way up your mat. Turn your back to it. You're going to take your elbows to rest onto your bolster, and you're going to line up about the back of your ribs. You're going to organically find where the natural curve is in your spine. And so when you get back there, you're going to notice what works. That's Bentley. He's a rock star. From here, you're going to take the hands to the back of the head. Try and keep your feet and glutes down onto the ground, and you're going to start to lower your head back down towards the ground. Depending on the size of your bolster, you're going to get a really big arch. If you're having a hard time keeping your feet or head on the earth, you're going to use a block. Stick it underneath your head or underneath your glutes, especially if you're having any low back pain. You don't want low back pain. You want to feel an arch. You want to feel a stretch. You want to feel stretch through the entire spine. You don't want pain. So if you need more props, use them. They're only good news. From here, you're going to take the arms and legs into any expression. Straight, bent, butterflied. There's no wrong answer. And you're going to allow yourself to just reestablish the curves in the low back and neck and create more flexibility into the thoracic spine. We're going to be here for about 3 minutes. Take a nice slow deep breath in and then just exhale. And notice if you're trying to hold on, which is really common, especially when it comes to trying to stretch out the back. And if you are, you're going to notice it by taking an exhale. So take a slow deep breath in. And then as you exhale, consciously choose to let go a little bit. And from there, you're going to notice where you were just holding on to try and get a little bit less uncomfortable. Your body's smart. Your mind is incredibly sophisticated, and it's going to pull you away from discomfort as much as it possibly can. And so you have to consciously choose to go towards the discomfort and towards the stretch. You are about halfway there. Stay with me a little longer. Okay, take just 2 more breaths here. And then from here, you're going to start to bend into the knees. Take soles of the feet back down onto the ground. If you do have a block underneath your head, you're just going to gently take it out. Just making sure there's not too much stress on your neck. You're going to start to actually lift your hips up. And instead of trying to lift your head, you're going to lift your hips to take your bolster and push it down so that it's underneath your glutes. From here, we're going to go into a supported bridge. You're going to lift your hips up and then just tuck the tailbone underneath you a little bit. you can actually just stay in this position. This is a beautiful pose to help reverse the blood flow, really rejuvenating for the body, fantastic for the internal organs. Or if you want to put a little bit more of a stretch through the front of the hips and into the low back, you can start to walk the legs a little bit further away from you, or even straighten them out and just let them hang loose. Again, arms and legs can be in any expression as well. You can even butterfly the legs if that feels like it's less stressful, but you still get a good stretch. That's it. We're going to be here for about 3 minutes. You know that you can always change the expression of the arms and legs. You don't have to commit to one variation of the pose the whole time. You can always bend into the knees, taking the soles of the feet back down onto the ground, and it really helps release the tension. Less than a minute. Stay with me a little longer if you can. Hi. And you take just 2 more breaths here. So now from here, if the knees aren't already bent, you're going to bend into the knees, take soles of the feet onto the ground, and then you're going to press into the feet to lift your hips up again, to push that bolster down so that it's sitting underneath the pits of your knees. From here, you're just going to walk the feet together and just let the knees drop open into a supported Supta Baddha Konasana. We're just going to let the spine release, let the tension melt away just for about a minute. Take a slow deep breath in, and then a nice exhale. And do that again, slow inhale, and exhale. As you're starting to feel the tension from the back start to melt away, you can stay here as long as you want to. Take a slow deep breath in, and then just exhale, sigh it all out. Nice. You're going to take soles of the feet back down onto the ground, and then you can just kind of shift the bolster to the side. You might use it for the next couple poses, but you'll find out. That's it. We're going to go into a banana twist, which is as delicious as it sounds. So you're going to stretch the body out nice and long, like you are, almost like you're on a beach somewhere. And then if you can either leave the arms above the head, either behind the head, this is my favorite way to do it, or You can just rest the arms beside or just like on the belly. There's no wrong way. From here, you're gonna keep your pelvis where it is, and you're gonna take your legs and start to walk them inch by inch towards the right side. Go as far as you feel like you can comfortably. You're gonna eventually feel like the left leg's really trying to pull back. Once you get to that space where you feel like comfortably in this turn, you're gonna cross the ankles and try and lock the legs into place. If you can't do that for ankle or knee issues, that's okay. Just make that little curve as much as you can. You're gonna do the same with the spine. Take the head, crawl it towards the right, and then shift your ribs right. Walk your head right, shift your ribs right. So now you have this beautiful banana or crescent moon kind of shape. From here, you're gonna take a nice slow deep breath in, and then just sigh. We're gonna be here for about 2 minutes. So allow yourself just to kind of sink into this. You should be pretty comfortable in banana pose. You're gonna feel a stretch, which you do in all yin poses, but you shouldn't be holding on. You should be pretty comfortable. I'm not exaggerating when I say that it is almost every single class, somebody falls asleep in banana. So if you're that comfortable, that's okay. There's a good chance you're gonna know right away, but for some people, banana pose is quite stressful on your low back. If you're feeling like this pose is not your friend, you're just gonna go into a spinal twist towards the right side, so the knees are gonna fall towards the right in replacement of banana. We're headed there next, and so you can just head there early. And so make sure that you're respecting your body's limits. If your low back says no, then the answer is no. And you take just 2 more breaths here. Okay, from here, you're just gonna start to walk your way back. So you're gonna unravel the legs, slowly walk your spine and your legs back to center, and then take a couple breaths from here. Sometimes banana can be a little bit sneaky. It feels like an amazing stretch, but it can sometimes get more intense when you come out of it. From here, we're gonna pair this up with a spinal twist. So you're gonna take soles of the feet onto the ground, lift your hips up and shift them towards the left side of your mat. So your shoulders and your feet stay, hips are gonna lift up and go left. You're gonna draw your knees up just over top of the hips and then let them just fall towards the right. You can even use your bolster for this. You can take your bolster stick it underneath the legs, between the legs, behind the shoulder, lining the spine, or even behind your head. Just making sure your spine feels nice and long. Take the right shoulder blade, crawl it right, and then let the left shoulder blade fall back down. Again, arms and legs can make any expression that you feel comfortable with. And you can even, if you're feeling a little extra spicy, you can straighten out the right leg to do a one-legged twist. I am not feeling spicy, so I'm gonna tuck that back in. We're gonna hold this guy for about 2 minutes as well. Now, if you ever want to get deeper into a pose, the instinct is always to push harder. For some practices, this is true. When it comes to yin, the more surrender you offer to a pose, the deeper it's going to get. So take a nice slow deep breath in, and as you exhale, let go. Watch how the left shoulder blade falls back down. Watch how you're getting more twist out of your spine by releasing. Okay, take just 2 more breaths here. Nice, and then from here you can either roll to the right into a fetal position, or you're just gonna start to roll onto your back. Whatever feels like the easier way to come out of the pose. Again, make any kind of recovery position, anything that feels like a rest, and just take 2 slow deep breaths from here. Nice. Now from here we're going to switch banana twist on the other side. Stretch the body out nice and long. Keep the pelvis exactly where it is. You're going to take the legs and walk them towards the left. Cross the ankles. Doesn't matter which ankle, but I always find if you're leaning towards the left ankle over top is going to be easier. If you're leaning towards the right ankle over top is going to be easier. It might be different for everybody, so take that into consideration. Take your spine and walk it towards the left. Walk your skull over and then shift your ribs. Walk your skull, shift your ribs. Now you have this beautiful banana shape, and then just allow yourself to be here. We'll be here for 2 minutes. Take just 2 more breaths here. And then again, you're just going to start to walk your way back. Start to unravel the legs, walk your way back to center, walk your spine back. Take as much time in neutral as you need to, especially if you're feeling a lot of tension in your low back. Just allow it to kind of reset and release before you start to go into your twist. Take as much time here as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, you're going to bend into the knees, take soles of the feet onto the ground, lift your hips up and shift them towards the right. Pick your knees up and then drop them towards the left. That's it. Arms and legs can make any expression. Use props any way you want to. Whatever makes you feel more supported, like you can sink into this, that's how you use a prop in a yin practice. Take the left shoulder blade, walk it towards the left side, let the right shoulder blade fall back down. 2 minutes from here. Take just 2 more breaths here. Slowly coming out of the pose, you can again either roll to the left or roll onto your back. Take your time moving. Make any kind of recovery shape. It can be any shape you want it to be. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Slow inhale. And exhale. Inhale through the belly. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Stay on your mat as long as you feel comfortable. That's our practice for today. Make sure you drink lots of water. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.